Hey guys, it's Nick here, and once again, so sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been super busy with work. I got to meet my friend in Japan. That was awesome. That guy was just Yuji Suzuki is such an awesome guy. Even though there was a language barrier, it was still cool getting to talk to him. I talked to him a little bit about his video game music. I didn't want to bother him too much because something I noticed is like these composers don't want to talk about it too much. Like it's kind of like it's in the past. But he was super nice because so I had him sign my copy of Al Unser Jr.'s Turbo Racing, and he signed down here. You can kind of see it. However, I was away from my car, so I put the cartridge in my pocket. When I got it out, the ink rubbed, which really sucked. So he was nice enough to actually sign it a second time. And it's up here. It's hard to see, but he wrote his name in kanji up here. First time he wrote it in English. Now, I took him to a nearby game store, and because he was asking where do you want to meet, and I was like, well, how about a Wajimai? It's an Asian food mart. Probably wasn't the best choice of place to meet him at because of that, but hey, at the same time, maybe he feels right at home being there. I went to go get because I was in their parking lot, so you have to get something at their store to validate your parking ticket and everything. And I went to go get sushi, and you saw the sushi, and you just kind of burst out laughing. So I seriously was not trying to be stereotypical or offensive or anything. It's just I felt in the mood for some sushi, and I needed to buy something there to validate my parking ticket. So, but there was a game store that I frequent down the street. Actually, I don't frequent as much anymore because they don't have as much stuff as they used to. I'm afraid to say. But anyways, we were looking at the Famicom games, and one of the things he said was Deco, which is actually short for Data East Corporation. If you take the if you turn it into an anagram, that's what it would be. And that's what Data East employees called the company. So we looked and we found a couple of games, and they were both $5, so I bought them. And he was super nice enough to sign both of those as well. So this is Soccer League Winners' Cup, and there's a signature. Better look at it. And here is Heracles no Eiko. Again, he signed it, and I can't thank him enough for doing that. Because usually I don't, I won't ask for multiple autographs, but like, when am I going to get this chance again? One of my lifelong dreams has been to go to Japan, but right now, this year, I am not going to have the expenses to do that. I'm just, I make it good money, but not enough to be going on vacations and stuff like that. I can't afford that. Now, with that said, there's a couple things I want to talk about. They got that new Detective Pikachu movie, which, from what I've seen, and I'll admit I haven't seen much, I don't like it. I just don't get a good vibe off of it. I'm a guy who grew up with the original Pokemon series. Me and my sister used to watch that shit all the time. We loved it. It was so good. Even though my sister was a lot better at Pokemon than I was, because besides Pool of Radiance, I've never been good at RPG games. But it just didn't look right to me. Pikachu never really talked in the original. I don't know, just doesn't look right to me, and I really don't think I would like it if I saw it. Now, like with Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't know if I told people, I watched that movie a while back because my mom had the DVD. Because I'm not a moviegoer. I don't go to the movies because it's too expensive, and, hey, why not just wait until you could borrow the movie off someone or get it for DVD really cheap, and then watch it, So, in fact, I've actually watched a few movies, and I'll if I can remember, I'll tell you about those after this. But anyways, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, I did watch that like I think a month or two ago, and that was a fantastic movie. Being a huge Queen fan like I am, although right now my craze is the Beatles. Out of all things, I've just noticed I've been listening to the Beatles a lot more. So, anyways, it just this Pikachu movie though, I don't think it's gonna do good. And I know there's a movie people want me to talk about, but I'm going to hold that off for a bit. So one of the movies that I saw recently was Bram Stoker's Dracula, because I've played the game the NES. I'll just say the 8-bit games, because there were different Bram Stoker's Dracula games, of course. You would definitely know that if you saw IBGN's episode. But there was also a DOS game, which was an FPS, which either id Software developed, or I think I saw a video of like John Romero at id Software playing it. I think it was the latter. But yeah, it was a good movie. Gary Oldman did a great job as Dracula. I just think Dracula looks really ridiculous when he's got that weird hair and everything. And then when he looks normal, like a human, he's got the long hair and the beard stuff. He actually reminds me of Johnny Depp. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But it was a good movie. I liked it. Oh God, I didn't know my gut was showing. I'm sorry. And yeah, even though it doesn't look like it, I am starting to get a gut. I'm trying to exercise more and stuff. So anyways, that was a good movie. And here's the crappy thing. I know I've seen other movies. I just don't know. I don't know if I can't remember them, or I don't know if I told you guys about them. But I did see Top Gun, because again, I bought the Famicom game. I had to see it. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it. I also watched Fargo, that same time, because my dad had both movies, let me borrow them. Those were also really great movies. One that I saw recently that people might kind of laugh at me for is called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I actually, I think I just came across Nostalgia Critic's Disney December movie, or movie reviews, and he was talking about it being like the one movie where Sean Connery sings, and I freaking love Sean Connery, okay? The original James Bond, okay? So I'll watch almost anything that has Sean Connery in it. I said almost, I didn't say everything. And saying that this was an old movie where, where people actually knew how to make good movies back then, I thought, yeah, I'll watch it. And I also liked it. There's, of course, as the name suggests, there's the little people. And they do a great job with the special effects on that. I mean, it actually looks like these small people are there. You can't tell it's a green screen. And for 1959, I mean, my dad is the same age as that movie. So, another reason that I liked the movie or wanted to watch it is because, it's an Irish, themed movie. And hey, I'm part Irish. So, which apparently Europeans do not like me saying. Or I've read that Europeans don't like it when Americans go to the country and say, like, someone goes to Scotland, oh yeah, well, I'm Scottish too, I guess they don't really like that, from what I've heard. But, sorry, facts are facts. I mean, if I was African American or if I was Japanese American, whatever, it wouldn't be any different. I'm still that, I still belong to that race or that culture, or that ethnicity. Anyways, moving on. The other movie I saw was Snatch, because I like a lot of British comedies, and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, just because it features Sting, is like, I love that movie. But even without Sting, it's still a really great movie, because Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I don't know if I told you guys about it, I watched it a long time ago, and I watched it a couple times again, just because it was such a great movie recently. And Sting makes like a little cameo. He's just like, he's the guy who runs the bar, but you rarely see him, or he rarely speaks. So, and I think that's because Trudy Styler, his wife, is actually like one of the people who worked on the movie. So, and no, none of his music is in the movie, not even with the Police. So, if you don't like his music, don't worry about it. But anyways, Guy Ritchie, I think the guy who wrote the film or directed it, one of the two, or maybe even both, I don't know. He did one called Snatch, so I had to watch that one, because at my job, of course, I just sit on the computer, and I get to, in my free time, I get to watch movies, so thought I'd watch Snatch, and again, really great movie. I thought it was really well done. I'm not really familiar with Brad Pitt. I mean, I know he's a big Hollywood star, but he did a really great job playing this Irish guy who, I guess the English refer to them as like Irish travelers or whatever, but they refer to them as pikeys, which I guess is kind of like a racial slur. But I liked that. I liked that movie, though. It was pretty good. But Brad Pitt did a great job doing the Irish guy. I mean, it is hard to understand him, so I thought that's funny. And also recently, not a movie, but I've been actually watching a lot of Game Center CX, and I can understand probably like 10% of what they're saying, so that's good. Okay, but this is the moment you guys have been waiting for, the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Now, this is going by what I remember from the movie, or from the trailer. There's a few things that just didn't sit right with me. Honestly, I think I wish the movie would flop, but I'm afraid to say it's going to have massive success. And I'll get to that in a minute. No, I don't like this film. And there's no way, again, especially with me who doesn't even go to the movies anyway, I just don't feel comfortable watching this thing, at all. Seeing Sonic in the form that he was in was just, ugh. Now, I had to look it up to see who was going to do the voice of Sonic, because I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, even though they couldn't get the look of Sonic the Hedgehog right, maybe they would at least do something right with him and get his original voice actor, Jaleel White, to do the voice. No, instead, they get some fucker from Parks and Recreation. It makes no sense. Now, it's possible Jaleel White turned down the role, which if he did, I wouldn't blame him. And honestly, I would think he would have done the right thing. Or maybe he's under contract and he's not legally allowed to work on it. Either way, Jaleel White should have done the original voice, or someone that sounded a lot like him, or maybe one of the Sonic the Hedgehog voice actors. But here's my question about Sonic's design. Why couldn't they just take one of the 3D Sonic designs and put that in the movie? If he looked like he did in his video game form, it would have looked fantastic. And maybe then, with those two things combined, Sonic looking like he does in the games, like the 3D ones, and maybe having Jaleel White or one of the video game voice actors do his voice, I would actually go and watch it. But instead, they get some fucker from Parks and Recreation. And here's the thing, too. When you do an animated character, I really think it's best that you hire people who, professional voice actors as opposed to just actors, because there is a difference. But unfortunately, Hollywood screwed up. But anyways, what did I say earlier? This movie's going to do massively well, or it's going to bring in lots of money? Oh yeah, it will, because that's the way Hollywood is nowadays. They know they can make really crappy movies with no repercussions. Okay? It's Sega. It's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, okay? People are going to want to see it. And unfortunately, I don't think this is a trend that's going to end anytime soon. But the more people keep paying money for this shit, the more Hollywood's just going to keep fucking up our favorite things from our childhood. It's just going to keep happening. I guarantee it. Mark my words, man. So, I'm not surprised. It sucked. When I heard about it, like several months back, I knew it wasn't going to be good. And I'm not really impressed. I mean, Jim Carrey's Eggman, maybe that could be a saving grace. I don't know. And there is one other burning issue that I have. And if it weren't so late at night, I would be screaming right now. But why the fuck was Gangsta's Paradise playing in the background? It's possible that the director or the filmmaker or somebody who worked on the movie liked the song, and that's most likely how it got in the trailer. But how does it relate to Sonic the Hedgehog? I mean, maybe get Highway Star by Deep Purple, because Sonic goes fast, Maybe that would, for a song about going fast, or Speed Demon by Michael Jackson or something. I mean, those would have been great picks. But instead, they go with a song that has absolutely nothing to do with the trailer. So they've already screwed up so much. And one of the guys who was working on the film, I guess, told people on Twitter, oh, we're going to redesign Sonic, but I don't think they're going to make him look any better. But I would strongly advise he takes the design of the 3D Sonic character and puts that in the movie. Not this weird looking alien thing that's blue. I don't know. Don't know, people. I'm talking about this as from a gaming standpoint. And this is from a guy who grew up with Nintendo, okay? But that's not to say that I'm a Nintendo fanboy and I think Sega sucks. I freaking love Sega. Okay, the Genesis or Mega Drive, whatever you call it, is an awesome console. You know, I haven't played it in a long time, I know, but I do love the console. I love the Master System, you know, and granted, I've only played one Sonic the Hedgehog game in my entire life, and that was the worst one, debatably, because I heard another game is worse, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Game Gear. And yes, I thought that game was pretty bad. Just me, though. You know, I'm not saying Sonic the Hedgehog as a series is bad, especially since Michael Jackson worked on some songs for the series, but... See, another reason to use that Michael Jackson song in the trailer. But anyways, this is what happens, people. This is Hollywood. Nothing new. They're going to keep ruining crap. The only remake that I thought they did good was Total Recall. And even then, it's not really I wouldn't even consider it a remake. I would consider it a reimagining. Because there are some things that are different. Like, it's in a different place. And there's no Richter, for example. But, I don't know. But I'm just telling you guys, this is what Hollywood's been doing. I'm not surprised. The movie's probably going to suck. Or people are going to complain about it. Yet, those same people are probably going to be the same fucks who pay money in the theaters to see it, so Hollywood can keep screwing it up. This is another reason why piracy is a thing. Because no one wants to see something that sucks, or pay for to see something that sucks. Anyways, that's my take on it. If you don't agree, that's fine. Free country, at least for now. I think. Is it still a free country? I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. God bless. Peace out. More gaming videos on the way. I swear, just been really busy. I'm sorry.